Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Anna. I am an aspiring author and a content writer, and this is the channel where I talk about all of that. Today I wanted to give a shout out to a lot of my favorite AuthorTubers that I appreciate for one reason or another, and a lot of them that became sort of the reason that I am at the point that I am at right now. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you are updated every time I upload a new video. The first one, Madeleine James over at Madeleine James Writes. She's a pretty fantastic vlogger and rather entertaining to watch. She's a mother and an AuthorTuber and working full-time and progressing towards her authorial goals. I love watching her because she's very statistics driven, and I enjoy being able to live vicariously through that lens. I'm not particularly into stats or anything like that, but I love when other people are because I like watching that kind of thing. She's been documenting her process for about a year now, and she's actually just about to start working on getting into querying, and she has a lot of really useful information that I have appreciated. And it's been a lot of fun to watch, and I'm very excited to continue and see what she has going on in the future. The next is Emily McCosh, who is a self-published author, and her channel is very chaotic, to say the least. She writes like nobody's business, and she posts her stories on Royal Road. She just recently completed a Kickstarter for her novel Under the Earth, Over the Sky, and that was really fun to watch her document. But I think it's been almost a year since that went live and finished up, so that's really cool. I always leave her videos feeling oddly, like, chaotically satisfied, and it's just, she's really fun to watch. The next is Tilda Holt, the author of the Hanged Gods trilogy. She is actually not posting very often. I'm sort of doing this one in the hopes that she hears my vibes going out to the universe and starts posting again, because her videos are absolutely fascinating. She does very good, very research-driven, very well put together videos. My favorite is all about women warriors, but it has been a long time since she posted. And I don't know if she's coming back. I really hope that she does come back though, because her videos are absolutely fascinating. Michelle Shusterman, she is a traditionally published author as well as a ghostwriter. I think she's switched gears into something else for the time being, but I don't know if she's still ghostwriting or not. However, her videos are very interesting. She has a unique perspective on the traditional publishing industry, and she adds a very rational voice to a lot of different scenarios that kind of have the rest of us scratching our heads because we have no idea what's actually going on. At least I don't. Megan Brush is a student and a writer, and her videos are very vibey and cool, very relaxing to watch. She's currently working her way through Story Genius and plotting through her new story, but with it to help her get into the story and work through different plot holes that need to be developed and things like that. It's been fun to watch her work through both of those things simultaneously. I think she only really has one video out about it, but it's really cool. It's giving me a lot of ideas about different craft video ideas that I want to do in the future, because that is a goal of mine eventually. Anna Robbins is another AuthorTuber that I watch almost exclusively for the vibes, because she just has this very calm way of expressing herself. She's not very intense, and I just enjoy relaxing to her videos. She only posts about once a month, but I 100% always look forward to the videos that she does post. The next is Amy Anderson, a UK AuthorTuber and author that I am absolutely in awe of. She can write like 2,000 words in 1 hour, and even on my best day, I can only manage like 1,000 words. I think if I were to ever try dictation, that might change. But the only time I've tried dictation, it never really worked out, but I wasn't really invested in it the way that I probably needed to be in order to actually make it work. Anyway, Amy is the author of the Steel Princess series, and her videos almost always have her walking along the countryside, and it's really fun getting to see another part of the world in that way. Mars, or MG, over at Somber Honey Books is a bit of she's kind of riding the fence between AuthorTube and BookTube. She does a lot of bookish videos in which she has a lot of fun reading challenges, and she does this ski-BR thing where basically the game chooses the books that she reads, or at least the genres of the books that she reads. She's currently posting her story. I forget where she's posting her stories, but she is actively posting, and you can find all of that on her page. Sarah Cannon at Heart Breathings is a really, really big one. I watch her almost exclusively when I want to get something done. I'll put on one of her videos if I'm trying to plan on something big. Like, she always motivates me to get moving on whatever I'm thinking about working on, like, you know, getting back into reading, getting back into writing, getting back into YouTube, all of that. She was one of the first ones that I jumped back into to watch. You know, when you're not into something, you kind of put it out of your mind and don't do anything in regard to that thing. And so I didn't. You know, AuthorTube was definitely out of the question for a long while because other things took priority. But when I was ready to get back into it, I started watching her and a couple of other AuthorTubers to get there. I watched through a lot of her old stuff to help motivate me in certain ways. She's the creator of the HB90 and Publish and Thrive courses, both of which I have taken and both of which are an absolute must if you are into self-publishing. But Brandon Sanderson, I don't necessarily know that I would call him an AuthorTuber, but he is an author and he is on the tube, so they kind of go hand in hand. I don't necessarily watch a lot of the new stuff that he's posting. However, the lectures that he first posted on YouTube, I don't even know how long ago, at least 5 years at least, they are the things that first, when I, you know, researched how to do this on YouTube, his videos were the first to come up. And I think we kind of started around the same time, you know, him posting and me looking for this thing, which was pretty convenient. He's an excellent storyteller and he really knows what he's talking about when he gives these lectures. So if you're looking for something to help you in your storytelling, I definitely recommend going and checking out his lectures. Brie Bonomo is an absolute rock star of a person. She just finished up schooling for becoming a clinical therapist, I believe, just took her exam and everything. And while she was doing that, she was writing, she was working, she was doing YouTube, she was doing all of that. Brie has several book clubs that she does, that she hosts, and one of which I'm a part of, the Lord of the Rings book club, I think. It's called Autumn Breeze on Discord because it's done with her and Autumn Ashleigh, so that's pretty fun. Right now she's live streaming her process of revising old short stories and then submitting them all within that live stream, and that's pretty cool if you ask me. Dale Roberts is a newer one that I've found recently. His channel is pretty much solely dedicated to self-publishing and his videos are very informative in that sense. And if you're interested in self-publishing, that's definitely a channel that I recommend, especially if you're getting more towards the marketing / practical part of self-publishing at this point, like actually going through with it. His channel is pretty great. I have appreciated all of his wisdom and all of the information that he provides in this space. The Courtney Project is also an excellent resource for self-publishing. She talks a lot about her books, but she also talks a lot about how her books succeed. She and her writing partner, companion, her co-writer, that's what she is, they work together really well, and she talks a lot about working together with a co-writer and how to be successful. She recently, I guess not so recently at this point, but about 2 years ago, she quit her corporate job in order to do this because she could, and she has not looked back, and I appreciate that perspective. Bethany Azteca is one of the OG AuthorTubers that I watched, along with like Kate Kavanaugh, Lizelle Sambury, Lindsay Puckett. There are a lot more that originally got me into AuthorTube, but these are like the main ones that were when I started looking into like how do you do this, they are the ones that popped up, and so they are the ones that I started watching in the beginning. Bethany is the author of several self-published books, and she's documented the entire process basically from beginning to end. I'm pretty sure she just had a pretty big release. Today's the 21st, so we might still be in the window of it having released in the last week. On top of her documentation of the process of self-publishing, she also does income reports as well as practical videos on how to format in Word, how to upload to the different vendors, and all sorts of videos like that. And that is pretty necessary if you ask me. These are a few of my favorites, though not an exhaustive list by any means. I really just wanted to share some of the channels that I appreciate for various reasons, and I'd like to expand my scope as well. I know that there are plenty of AuthorTubers out there, plenty of people who write who aren't necessarily on AuthorTube, but their business is like writing and producing writing, and they've built communities around that. And I'd love to get to know more people within the writerly community. These are just the ones that have gotten me where I am now, and I hope that they get you to where you want to be in the future. If you have any other AuthorTubers that you think are fantastic and that you want to share, that you want to shout out, make sure that you drop it in the comments, and I will be sure to look into them. Each of these persons' channels will be listed in the description, so if you want to go and check them out, make sure to give them a follow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, keep writing forward.